Hello, I'm Assistant Chief Chandra Hatcher with the Houston Police Department, and I have with me Commander Hassett with the Southwest Patrol Division. This morning at approximately 6:30 a.m., our officers received a call about a possible DOA of an infant. They arrived at this location and spoke with a 17-year-old female who provided information that she gave birth to a child. And yesterday, she went to an area hospital because she was still having abdominal pains. Based on the preliminary information that we have at this time, the birth occurred on Monday, sometime on Monday, at which time it was a premature pregnancy. The baby was born. It is undetermined at this time if the baby was alive at birth or deceased at the time of birth. However, we do have information that the baby was buried here on site. The female went to an area hospital yesterday, like I mentioned, reporting of abdominal pain, and notified medical staff at that hospital of the birth as well as the burial. Hospital staff notified law enforcement this morning, which is why we responded to this particular location. We do not have a lot of information at this time about the baby, or we are still very early in our investigation trying to determine exactly what occurred. The medical examiner's office will conduct an autopsy to help us determine the cause of death, and the crime scene unit from the Houston Forensic Science Center is out here. They did unearth a very fresh patch of ground and did identify and locate an infant child at the location. So at this point in time, our homicide division is out here. They are conducting the follow-up investigation. And I really just want to make sure that everybody knows that people find themselves in all types of situations. And if there is a possibility that a child is born and the conditions and situations are not suitable to keep that child or care for that child, the Baby Moses Law is still in effect. They can take that baby to a fire station or an area hospital and give that child over to someone. They cannot leave the baby in at a door or just on site. They do need to give that child to someone, no questions asked. So for anyone who may be in a similar situation, that is always an option, and we highly recommend that they take that option. We are continuing our investigation, and we'll conduct a thorough investigation with sensitivity to those involved. So at this point in time, if you have any questions, I will take those.
Is the mom facing any charges?
Again, we are very early in the investigation, so we do not know. We still need to determine exactly what occurred on this particular scene.
Just to make sure, Chief, the young lady it was with abdominal pains that is in the hospital. That was the one it was suspected to be the mother.
Yes.
Can you elaborate a little bit, please?
Yes. So she went to the hospital yesterday. Apparently, based on the information that we have, the miscarriage occurred on Monday. However, she was still experiencing pains yesterday on Wednesday, and went to the hospital because she was concerned that maybe she needed some medical attention. The hospital staff notified us of what occurred. And yes, they did some preliminary testing and determined that it was possible that she gave birth to a baby within a few days.
So the baby was born here in this location and she went to the hospital?
Based on the information that we know, the baby was born here at the location.
You used the word miscarriage.
Yes.
Was the baby a stillborn baby?
We are not.
That she's claiming?
Yes, we are not sure at this particular time. We've received information that possibly the baby was stillborn, but again, we still need to conduct our thorough investigation, and an autopsy will confirm the condition of the child.
Does this young mother lives in this area?
Yes, the mother does. Based on the information that we have at this time, we believe she lives in this area.
What about parents or something?
Yes.
They know anything? Or?
Yes. So the family and friends at the location was unaware that the mother was pregnant. She was very early on in her pregnancy, and she was not physically showing. And so it was a premature delivery.
You know about how far along?
Approximately 25 weeks.